Anyway, enough rambling. The game is soon to start. I believe it is a pistol round. Not a knife round. Rylan and Emmy have got grenades. c0ntact will be starting on the CT side. Copenhagen, sorry, the T side, excuse me. Copenhagen Flames will be the defenders of the Earth for now. c0ntact with the diffuse kit and the smoke grenade. We've got a pop flash being lined up by Rylan. P250 for Rylan as well for that extra range on the one-shots in the pistol round. Molly goes downstairs, and away they go.
And away they go. Indeed, it's looking pretty good. Also opening things up. Rylan will assist with the P250. Looking good here for c0ntact to get not just the bomb down, but maybe all the kills as well. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
He's found the knife. Oh, dear. That's some extra money in the bank for him. c0ntact. There is a world where he's able to do this, but that world is not this one, because he's going to get blasted in the face.
Different dimension, maybe. He did indeed get blasted straight in the face. A knife round in the pistol round. A knife in the pistol round is more appropriate to say. I've had too much espresso already. And the Krieg is out immediately. You do love to see it. I'm a big fan of knife kills. On the reload, the 360 wasn't enough, unfortunately. Thought he was safe. He was not safe. Gifted some money by Copenhagen Flames. They start on the back foot. c0ntact win the first pistol in the first map and now the second. We'll see if that has any indication as this continues. As you saw the short play there through a smoke grenade into the connector stairs. But anyway, we're going to have Tetes covering his teammates back. Emmy getting taken out. This is not going the way c0ntact were expecting. Jumping maybe to their doom now. Rylan's got a lot to do here. c0ntact's taken out by the van, but their CTs are starting to swarm. One by the short pillar, running distraction. Two being taken out now. Maybe c0ntact can turn things around here.
It's not looking good for CPH Flames. Indeed, they'll get eliminated ultimately. c0ntact, yeah, a little bit slow in terms of the, if we're looking at the spacing, getting out onto the bomb site. And CPH Flames did just enough damage to really get, well, make things very awkward. But as you say, good recovery from c0ntact ultimately. And CPH Flames will be on a full save round, more or less, here. As c0ntact will get to really dictate the pace. And honestly, when you're on the T side, it feels so good to be able to start like this, getting a clean 3-0, because the following rounds are very easy to predict. But we're going to have a big swarm here, so this MAC-10 could make some money.
Ooh, a MAC-10 maybe the wrong tool for the job, but as they start to get closer with some flashbangs from the teammates, they'll be okay. This is actually a blind spot that Nodius is in. You'll often find me here trying to knife people. If you hard check it, then you will find him. As you see, he's been spotted. If you know your angles, you'll see him. But if you're like running up the connector, especially if you're 4x3, you could run past and entirely miss that spot. So that is one of the sneaky blind spots on Mirage. But on this occasion, they've got too much experience.
Indeed, they are ready to check for all the shenanigans. And again, as I mentioned before, c0ntact is definitely filled with players that are extremely experienced playing Mirage competitively and in pugs and everything else like that. And not to say that CPH Flames are not, but just that I feel like c0ntact have the edge in that fashion. So we're going to see, I talked about mid-takes, the defaults and so on. We're going to see c0ntact going for that mid-take here. Pretty aggressively, actually. CPH Flames only had Farlig looking to get some damage in from connector, but again, it's pretty expected. The window and the top con smoke are really important for the T side. Oh god, I'm almost finding Refresh in an unready position, but Ships will get taken down. Refresh is going to be able to keep himself good stead for that fight. And look at this, c0ntact, they realize they don't really have all the control they want on the map, so they will reroute things towards B apps.
Ooh, getting caught with a grenade, man. Nothing but regret afterwards. Also, with a long spray, but there's not much for them to really get out of this round now. It's got to go for damage. Refresh gets caught off guard as he looks away. That's going to be frustrating as well. But they know exactly where Otto is, so the net can close elsewhere. You can see Nodius hopping into Palace. Otto has the bomb. Palace is always a good... When you have the information as to where all the final players are on the T side, then the CTs can take liberties with their position. High ground on the A-bomb site can often be very, very useful indeed. Nodius is going to maybe go all the way towards the ramp just to make sure, in terms of timing, that he's okay. Farlig up on the toll booth. I don't know if he saw any of Otto there. Doesn't look like he did. Otto making inroads towards the B-bomb site now. And you can see they've got two men deep but no one on the actual bomb site itself. And there's not much time for Otto to check anything before he goes for the bomb plant. So the question is, does he commit to this? The thing is, with 4 people alive, you might think that there's no way, there's no one on the bomb site. He does commit, gets taken out, on to the next one.
Yeah, I think, you know, one thing he was really hoping for is, can he run into like at least one CT, maybe get another 1v1 to at least increase the amount of damage? Because that was a really clean finish for CPH Flames ultimately, only losing a single player. So c0ntact, having not really established their economy all that much just yet, are going to have to reach deep into their pockets to spend almost everything to have one more chance to continue having momentum effectively. So we'll see if they can do that. Another fast take of middle with the associated nades.
Oh, get wrecked. And then these guys can soundboard that.
Yeah.
Associated. Testes gets taken out in a short position, and the B-bomb site is in trouble. Copenhagen Flames, they need help, they need cavalry, but there'll be no stampede towards B, because I think this round is already over. Outmaneuvered, out-fragged by c0ntact. Down goes the bomb, and Copenhagen Flames will simply try to hold on to what they have at this point, but the hunt is on. c0ntact are looking for them. They might not send everybody, A, to defend the bomb just in case, and B, because the T-side money is low as well, but it's definitely worth gambling 1 or 2 players to try and thin the numbers here for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, as you say though, like it's going to be really difficult, I think, because this setup, when we can see what the setup is, it's so dangerous. A 3-man setup with an AWP in there as well. I don't know that there's anything they can do against this, so looks like they will just have a gentleman's agreement not to push anymore. At least they're not giving away a Krieg. That is something.
So Neilem has he's literally put gloves on so he can continue to bro-fist his teammates. I told him, well, actually I won't mention that, what I told him, but yeah, he's put fancy gloves on so we can bro-fist his teammates. So he's determined to keep the morale up no matter what, which I respect. AWP is out for Fire League once more. 1-4. It's not a great start. It's a stunted start for Copenhagen Flames.
Indeed. c0ntact had a great timing on that previous round to outmaneuver the opposition, and they're going to go for a... They're not defaulting at all here. As you can see, they're just going for that quick set piece into the A bomb site, trying to catch CPH Flames off guard. But CPH Flames have a retake set up on A, so they're actually pretty good to go here. They have the option to just let c0ntact plant the bomb, maybe try to take him down through the smoke as he plants the bomb, but don't go for a committed retake until all the smokes go away. Then you throw in all your utility and they are wrecked. That's the plan here. But look at this long con flank coming in from ships. What is that?
Yeah, this is super interesting, and I do wonder if they're intending on a short plant. It looks like they might be. Looks like a variation of a Virtus Pro strat. Guess it's bell rung immediately, so they don't have to cancel that. So a classic Virtus Pro strat, they would plant the bomb for short, and they'd have somebody come through the B-bomb site super late and defend the bomb from the catwalk position. But because of that shot through the smoke, they've had to stop doing that, and it's going to be a CT flank instead. Maybe it was always going to be a CT flank, who knows? But that was what we used to see from Virtus Pro. This is a variation. Oh. This is a plan B, but the vent is broken, so he can't really go for those plays anymore, but he can focus on the plays by CT. But now he can pop the vent since everything is known. The CT's turning around now. As we're in a 4 versus 4 situation, Testes to get taken out. Things are going from bad to worse. CPH Flames have to think about where they even go to save. They keep going for the bomb site now. Defusing the smoke attempted, but immediately failed. So many players railing bullets at the bomb. That leaves Refresh, who just about survives for now, but maybe ships will go for it. He could just go for a spray as well through the wall, especially with the Krieg. The HE would have done the job. Saved by the timer. 5-1 for c0ntact.
Yeah, that CT flank was pretty epic. And one thing I like about that as well is that there is actually quite a lot of time that you have again, because as I mentioned, you know, a lot of the CT teams, if you receive a play like that and you're already playing a retake setup on the A side, your intention is really to wait things out before going for it. And so there is time to make a big flank like Ships did there. So I love that they kind of counted on something like that to really allow him to do as much work as possible. But yeah, it's been pretty interesting how CT sides just never break the vents, or it's becoming way less common that you'll see that. The vents will be broken. And of course that is to help to deal with any plays through window, where the T's can get to jungle quickly, prevent CT and market flanks.
Oh, surely someone's coming up on the radar soon. Through the top of this smoke grenade. Refresh hiding for the time being, but Ships he's got plenty of time to wait. How curious will Refresh be for information? There's his elbow. There's Prince of him taken out. Noni is trying to hold things down. Topcon. He sees the bomb at the very least, but the help from short won't be enough. Farlig now takes Esperanto out. The bomb though still in control of contact. They've got Ships by the stairs. Rollin by T-Rap. That's a big flashbang. Takes damage away from Farlig, but he makes it look so easy to kill onto Rollin. Desperate times now for Ships. 1 versus 2. He knows where the 1 is, but where is Hooksy? They're coming and swinging from the same position, and the spray is there. Ships makes it easy as well. The Krieg devastating the CT side, and Contact continue to pull away.
Yeah, you can really see Ships was not ready for that second player from the same position, but still you could see that even though he had very little time, he still took his time on the reaction of that. And that is devastating, as you say, 6-1. The AWP is collected as well, thrown over to Otto. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. And life is not good for the Danes right now. Their CT side is really getting battered. Ships.
Holy Ships.
I was actually trying to think of other puns to work with.
That's enough for me, baby.
Oh, I was thinking a ship in a chair, because you like the chip in a chair poker reference, but
yeah, it's an old one. We've all been there. Anyway, they're charging into the B bomb site here. Contact. CPH Flames may not last long. Now the players of Deagle and Kevlar may have something to say, but they got something to fish for as well. Refresh comes up with a boot, however. Farlig and Nodius remain. Nodius, we've seen how dangerous he can be with a Krieg. I'm sure he would love to pick one up here as well. Oh dear.
Man, this is going so well right now for Contact. They're already up to 7 rounds. I feel like it's been so fast as well. It doesn't feel like these rounds have really been all that drawn out. Not like Nuke, Nuke was going to the bomb plants, to the 1v1 clutches, all the way to the end every round. But here, it's quite a different story indeed.
Nodius' nickname, A, reminds me of Nidus Network from StarCraft, but also Nidus. B from Nod32 Antivirus. So I'm just thinking about all kinds of irrelevant things every time I see his name.
It makes you think of the word odious, which is an unpleasant way to describe someone, I suppose.
I used to install Nod32 when I was in IT support. That was my first real job. Basically, you're a geek with no specific skills. You do IT support. Get paid next to nothing, and it sucks.
Nice. I have one that you'll like.
Yeah?
It reminds me of Phobos, who's the Greek god of fear.
Nice.
And the satellite that orbits Mars.
Very posh.
Next to the other satellite, Deimos.
Why do you know about satellites?
I don't know. Anyways. Moving on. Oh, I love this setup. Oh, they get absolutely wrecked. Yep. That's supposed to deal with the flames as well. You're supposed to be able to see over it and be able to get a kill. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it's like the graphical settings. I don't know. But Ships, he has a chance. He knows he can get the swing. That's some game sense. That is map knowledge. I love this. Look at it, the damage he's doing.
The meal deal. He's got it all. Esperanto's got the lineups. But does he realize there's one more on the A bomb site? This could be a snake in the grass. This could be the Trojan horse for Copenhagen Flames. Apparently not. Hooksy now, 1 versus 3. This is doable. You peek, you're punished. 1v2 now, as Emmy and Esperanto must assume their positions are unknown. So they've got the advantage in that respect. Now, does Emmy have the sound cues as to this rotation? As you can see on the radar, he hasn't realized just yet. Now, the bench is unbroken once again. This has been a common factor for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah.
It may not have helped them, though, until now.
It's such a weird new dynamic, actually, that we're really exploring now. And Hooksy, as he turns the corner, he's going to hit an nade, and goodbye, Esperanto. AK collected. Now Hooksy's really on for this one. He doesn't have a kit, though, so he really needs to... Oh, there's the kit. It's got the
There's
molly
the
as
spray
well.
down, yeah, just
Beautiful.
like that.
Very well done by Hooksy.
Makes it real easy. Must have felt like a pilgrimage going from B to A quietly past that unbroken vent, but again, a blessing in disguise. So that's something to keep an eye on for Copenhagen Flames. There's at least 2 rounds where we haven't seen that vent be broken, and for those late game rotations, can be an advantage, can be disadvantage. It was the, well, definitely came up trumps for them on that occasion.
Yeah, it can go both ways, right? It's such a, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like the other team knows that you haven't broken the vent.
I would imagine the unbroken vent is partly because of the ease in which you can get into the window now.
Yeah.
It gives you a sound cue if there's a player there who's going to flank your teammates if you keep it unbroken.
And we're going back to the A contact play, but the difference here is that CPH teams have players on the site in more committed positions to defend here. So it's not about the retake, it's about getting the kills, slowing them down before they get the bomb planted, trying to survive in these very tumultuous positions close to A ramp, and they are able to use their utility to counter this push. And c0ntact, they're in a really interesting spot here because they could actually re-execute onto the bomb site. They didn't use all their utility. They kind of, it almost feels as though indeed they allowed CPH Flames to dump a lot into defending that, and now they're going to re-execute, and they've saved more.
Yeah, they only used 1 smoke grenade. And now Copenhagen Flames don't really have much to defend with. In fact, both the Molotovs and smoke grenades are on the B bomb site, so they just have to bear the brunt of this. They've got 1 flashback with refresh, and that's about it. He smoked off. You can see trying to run distraction now. This is very unideal for Copenhagen Flames. They had Nodius by sandwich. That didn't quite work out. Now by triple, 1 by 1, they're getting isolated, Copenhagen Flames. Another play to the sandwich position, but all these gambles are not paying off, and not much is for Copenhagen Flames, but Tessus has the deagle out. And the bomb still isn't planted. 27 seconds to go, and now the only person with smokes, the only people, are Copenhagen Flames. But Tessus is alone now with the Desert Eagle. Bomb not being planted for him, still 3 alive for contact. He'll find an AWP, but it might be save time. And this is gifted something. Already looking to cut off rotation is ships. So this CT side has been disastrous so far for Copenhagen Flames. 8-2 in favor of c0ntact.
Yeah, and I do love the variation there, where obviously the plan for c0ntact was to fake the A play, try to commit the CTs to dump utility, re-execute once you know that they've used their counter utility already, making your push way stronger. So we're just seeing a pretty strong game plan from c0ntact. What they're running is working, and now they're going to mix things back up towards that mid control. This has been pretty effective for them so far, also pretty fast up towards the top composition, or at least with regards to the peak. And this is really nice as well because he's got that strong angle with the orb, and he can communicate to a teammate that that right side, don't worry about that, I'm posted up. Getting his teammates to connect up. Meanwhile, the forward B bomber setup is going to get some info, but is it in time?
Look at the players in Palace for Copenhagen Flames. Again, we saw disasters on Nuke in situations similar to this, and perhaps Copenhagen Flames have been gifted too much time. Again, there's no lurker on A and there's no lurker on B. So Copenhagen Flames have taken 4 positions on A and the B bomb site as well. We've got HE's being thrown around. Nodius looking to run distraction on that default position. Takes out the bomb carrier. He's done even more. And he's just being baited by his teammates at this point. We've got Farley making his way towards ramp. Nodius buying even more time with the smoke grenade. Finally taken out, but now they are surrounded by CPH Flames players.
Have time at least, and that's been something that they've been c0ntact were lacking on that first map in these similar situations. 30 seconds to get the bomb planted now. Emmy will be in a position to do so, faking it out to draw out the CTs, and these Eagles doing more damage. Ships with the return kill, but in come the Thieves! Refresh finishes it off, and in unlikely fashion, CPH Flames will pick up that round.
Anti-eco disaster. It could have been even worse. Otto dropped the AWP, hiding by a box in connector with the AWP, having a pistol fight. It was fortunate enough that ships traded that frag, but obviously it still ended in disaster. Again, no presence towards B, no lurker towards A, everybody in mids, and that can cause you some problems, and it certainly did, because all the pushes around the map were uncontested. All of the Flames pushes were just for free. They had way too much position. Every gamble paid off.
Yeah. But it is, one one blip. Could be a blip in the ocean. We'll have to see, because they are yet to string any rounds together so far. On this half, c0ntact, it's been all them. It's been all c0ntact, which is, by the way, if you're a commentator, a significantly easier name to deal with than Crazy or Big or any of the other.
It's full c0ntact.
Oh, Barley. That looked like that connected. Oh dear, that's a huge problem. That has to be a trade at best, at worst.
Oh, HooXi's being teased. Positioning so he can escape by the window, but he missed the first player, aiming for the second one. So position was already compromised. You can see the rotation from the Flames, but you have to question if this one's over already. Well, Farlig, maybe that's a kill that invites them. But even now, in a 3 versus 4, what position do they really have? We've got utility being thrown into the apartments. The smoke is up, and that is their cue to exit. They really didn't. There were no such position to go for a retake there. They got a bonus kill, which was their only kill of the rounds, and away they go. And things are back to normal, which is all c0ntact. 4v3 at present, and there'll be 9-3 on the scoreboard soon enough.
It's kind of like you said there, you know, the HooXi went for, he missed a shot, and it almost feels like one of those situations where you feel like, oh god, I missed a shot. I really felt like I should have gotten a kill there. But then in trying to take one more shot, you give too much time for them to be able to be in a place where they can just trade you. And the fact is that you have to stay alive. Even if you get no kills, just having the presence of the AWP on the, that can at least give your teammates some more time to work with on rotation. You can shut down some more angles. Maybe you get 2 more opportunities for a frag. Ooh, great shot.
Yeah, that was quite a challenging shot, and indeed, HooXi, he missed the initial opportunities, and those were the ones he really needs to hit, because he missed a guy making his way to kitchen, which, if he was engaging the first player of that possession, maybe he escapes out the window and he can reset the situation, but that wasn't the case. Because of all the weapons they stole and the weapons they saved, they've got a pretty good buy here, Copenhagen Flames. There's a sound cue. Farlig will be heard. Ooh. I think he faked the exit there.
Yeah.
He tags, but Emmy's left with all of 2 HP. Could almost be killed by a flashbang.
Oh no, Nodius. Oh, Ships. He's annihilated them both. They've got nothing left on jungle. Ships has it under full control, and you can't do that, but maybe you can. Maybe you can. Just crouch through there.
Why not? 2 players remain for Copenhagen Flames. Almost nothing going their way here.
Bomb has been planted.
2 versus 4 for them. They're getting dominated from round to round, from pillar to post. HooXi now 1 versus 3. Surely going to save the Krieg. He can most certainly be heard falling back. Esperanto has a butcher's hook and just about missed him in the underpass. So again, desperate times for Copenhagen Flames. Really, really suffering in this game of Mirage. Fortunate to have a 3rd round. They got a 3rd round by unforced error of c0ntact, essentially.
Yep. That entry kill onto Nodius was pretty. That was quite a nice find. It seemed like he, I don't know what, he just didn't seem quite ready for a push at that timing, which happens sometimes. You kind of had to have an internal clock. Yeah, neither of them were really looking at the position. A smoke was thrown, but that was about it. Great entries from Ships. He's having a great game so far on T-side Mirage. c0ntact looking to close this one out in style, but there's another buy to chew through of Copenhagen Flames.
The Flames are 50% on Mirage in the last 3 months, with about 14 games played. HooXi hopping up, but that new bench position maybe catching him off guard. Otto now looking for somebody to creep into the angle, but misses a shot. 4-5. 4 versus 5, rather.
4-3, he didn't see him.
Yeah, he missed him completely, so Ships is just about to make life even worse. He sees the first one, but he's looking for a second. Now, there is only 1 person on that B bomb site at the moment, but weirdly enough, well, Refresh may just stay around jungle for the time being. Got there in the end. Almost playing a tune with that spray. Now Refresh is like, what the hell's going on? 3v4. Now, if this frag is lost, it won't be, so we got game on.
Yeah, you're right. That was such a huge deal. Refresh creates a lot of space for his team, but even though he created space here, there is still so little to work with due to the utility being thrown down. Probably can't even really get a peek in that he wants. And is there a flash for this? Okay, just a dry peek. I don't know about that, James. That's quite a gift to Farlig. Not even a flashbang. Esperanto has one, but he's holding B apartments right now. Emmy looking towards the door exit, able to take down Refresh. Esperanto bursts onto the scene as well for the additional kill. And now Nodius, they know exactly where he's coming from. Esperanto is so easy for him to trade that one. And 11-3 is the score.
Yeah, and that's a really desperate one because Nodius doesn't have a kit. There was one, I think, by beyond the bench position, almost towards the door, but I don't think it was close enough for a round win to be reasonably had in a 1 versus 2 there. That said, seems to be able to squeeze an M4 out, but no grenade. So, as you'll see in a second, Copenhagen Flames have pretty much sacrificed grenades for M4A4s over a FAMAS or similar. So needs to get into the game here. Got the 3 M4s out. We can see very forward play up top mid. So again, with what little they have, they've got to balance things out with aggression, and they've done that at the beginning of this round at least.
Mitigate the disadvantage. Refresh, forward position. He's going to make this count. He gets the shadow advantage, looking good. Nodius also chiming through, and it's 2 versus 5, just like that. The T's now in a horrible position. Nodius doing such good work there to really lock things down top mid, and he's just going to sit up there. So much information right now for the Danes, and what a weird spot to be in. Obviously it's the last round, so they're going to try to make this one work, but bomb's been lost now. What is there really to do? Ralin, he's got a 1v5.
Pad them stats.
What a position. There we go, just like that. It's going to be 4-11, so at least a little bit extra to work with the Copenhagen Flames, but they have a lot of work to do. We'll have to wait and we're going to have to find out after the break if they can do it.
And we are back. 11 rounds for c0ntact at half-time. Can they go full contact, Dan? and knock out Copenhagen Flames?
Well, we're going to have to find out, and we won't have to wait too long to do so, because we're about to get back into this one, and everything changes. It's a game of two halves, they say that in football, but there's a lot more than your starting position that changes in this. It's all about that strategy, that coordination, the drills, the research you've done. How can you create openings in your opponent's setups? It's a complicated game, James. That's why we love it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the work that Copenhagen Flames have done to prepare themselves for this. c0ntact are looking extraordinarily comfortable so far. And we're going to be paying close attention to exactly what their moves will be on their CT sides as well. So, it's the B rush. Let's go.
Ooh, I love a good HE grenade into a B rush, and that's not too shabby at all. Really helps with the shots to the body, but it will be Copenhagen Flames getting that first frag. Back and forth we go. Ships now with the multi-kills, running out of bullets, so 2v2s. CT's behind smokes, but somehow they'll make it happen. Otto forcing his way forward. Farling now, the last man standing for the Flames. 1 versus 2, smokes soon to go. He's 1v2 right there, right then. And they don't do it. c0ntact are all about these pistol rounds. That is 3 of 4 now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, looking really good. Look at this beautiful series of kills from Ships.
Man, like
so
Ships.
smooth. Okay. 12-4. And c0ntact are looking to just shut things down straight away, it feels like. With a start like that, explosive stuff. They are having, there's no, they're not, they don't care about the vent, James. They just smash that thing every round.
Smash it.
Smash it.
We've got Glock stat. We've got 5 Glocks on road, and I'm sure Ships has seen one of these players moving through that gap. And Refresh indeed will take some spray in the B apartments, and he's forced to hop away, to bunny hop away. Edward Snowden last year said Grandpa can't bunny hop, but maybe he can try and practice since everyone's going to be indoors for a while.
That's a limiting belief, James. He's got to get some more positive self-talk. I don't.
Maybe he's a spacebar jumper like me.
I guess he's gone through a lot, so I shouldn't really judge.
I'll never join the Mouse Fuel crew. Emmy with a dangerous jump now, an increasingly dangerous jump. They're really lining up. Oh my god, it's a massacre. Emmy steals 1. Ships get the rest of them. His stats for this game, if c0ntact are to close this one out quickly, are going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of wishing I put Ships in my fantasy team now.
He is 22 for 9.
Did you make a fantasy team, James?
I did not. I don't really do the fantasy team thing.
Why not? This is just because you miss it, I guess.
My fantasies lie elsewhere, Dan.
Like where, James? I'm not gonna let you just close it down there. I'm not gonna let
Come on, man,
that be a smooth segue away from that.
I'm just saying things.
I know, it's great.
c0ntact now at 13. After that Glock round from Copenhagen Flames, they've gone for the big guns. They've got the 4 AKs, the Galil for Hooksy, plenty of grenades they could offer and execute. There is utility for c0ntact to answer with. It's always nice to drop a smoke on ramp when you're playing close in response to an A with smokes, and then put a molly behind it as well. But as you can see, Refresh going for those dry peaks. There's no lotion in sight.
Oof. Yep. Well, the first kill going to CPH Flames should allow them to work the map pretty nicely, and they can reset the situation, and you can see them falling back and away. And it's a really weird spot for c0ntact because they know that given the weaponry disadvantage as well on top of everything else, that they're generally playing from disadvantage, so they can try to gamble here, maybe stack 3 on one site and play 1 solo elsewhere. If that guy has a crazy overperformance, maybe they can decide to go for it. Or if the T's hit the site that the stack is at, then obviously they have a good chance to hold it. So that's like one approach teams like to take here. But CPH Flames, really good maneuver, just resetting the situation, going for a B split. They don't have players c0ntact to defend this, but maybe, oh, just so close to that double there from Emmy. That could have changed things, but now Ships are not as surely want to save these orgs. Precious, precious orgs. Not as good as they were, but still great.
Yeah, they'll fall back. The twin orgs. And Copenhagen Flames, they start the comeback. They start the comeback. There are many steps to take. And yeah, it might be thin at the top, but they'll take their first step and make it to 5. 4 players on deck, 4 players on road. Quietly moving away. And maybe they can show themselves that they can improve those Mirage statistics. 50% not very good at all. Tessa's having a nightmare at the moment. 6-14. Ships 22 for 9. Not too shabby.
Good test is his posture, James.
I didn't even know if you can call that posture.
It's
just like it's like he's got no bones in his body.
I know it's pretty.
He's just slumped forwards.
Yeah,
that is.
Hope he fixes that at some point.
There was a gamer advert for a peripheral. I won't mention the company, but the person who in the advert had notably awful posture. I did notice. Yeah. Ships now with pop flashes up top. He's got support as well. Can they fall back though? They'll fall back with a statement. Esperanto taking Hooksy out through the smoke. You can see how desperate things are on both halves here. Just creeping through the smoke. What choice do they have? Refresh trying to give them a chance to do something. The bomb's eventually going to have to be retrieved though. But again, every peak here is just absolutely catastrophic. They're like 90-10 in favor of Contact after that first engagement doesn't go their way. At this point, is it even worth going for the bomb? Maybe, I mean, he's really got to go for elimination here.
They know exactly where he is too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Esperanto just would have heard him from top mids.
Yeah, there's no good option for Refresh. It's amazing he's alive after walking through the smoke, after his teammate also walked through the smoke as well. So this is just a really rough round, and I don't know. I think there's some homework to be done with regards to Mirage for the Flames. But he's still alive for now.
Look at that timing from Esperanto. I have no idea how he doesn't actually get a kill, but he does get refreshed down to 17, and again, his position is known. It's just so hard. 14-5 Contact, once again. Expanding their territory, increasing the domination. They're taking everything.
Neil M with the murderer gloves. You only wear those gloves if you're going to murder someone on TV, right?
Well, maybe
that's basically it.
Well, maybe you don't want to contaminate a crime scene.
It's like no, man. It's the 80s television series where it'll be late in a show and you just see a hand appear with a gun, with a glove on. So it's like the whodunit, the classic like 80s whodunit. That's Neil M right now.
He should do the one glove on, one glove off look. That's always
but then you need a sparkly glove.
Does it have to be?
Gotta do the MJ, man.
I suppose.
For Michael Jackson. That was one hell of a glove.
I'm sure it's
do you think he had
in a museum somewhere.
Do you think he had two of the same glove and he just didn't use the other one, like it was in a cupboard somewhere, in a sock drawer?
Dust.
In the sock drawer.
Either way, back into the action we go, and CPH Flames defaulting it out. More presence through under past this round, as you can see. Only one top mids. Falling as the orb here. Oh no! Oh, double no!
You gotta close that one out, bro. That's on a plate, man. You gotta finish your dinner.
I can't believe there's a second chance as well, but that still didn't work out.
Don't leave the table until your plate is empty. God damn.
Man, I can't live under those rules.
A chance for Copenhagen Flames. They still got 5-man on road, and we've got smokes in the window. We've got a smoke in the window. 3 players in mid. This time they've got 2 lurkers towards them, which is always a heavy indicator as to the ultimate intentions. A little captain obvious at this point as they look to split the bomb sites. They will walk into one tick off the Flames, which, oh my god, that was beautiful actually. That just looks fantastic to pre-fire, but it still won't really go their way because they'll get annihilated by Contact. Farlick now trying to do what he can. He's got some 1v1s, but he's one and done. Nodius now 1 versus 3. We've got the swing from Otto, we've got a shadow clue, but he will be finished off, and it's match point for Contact. See, it's a maniacal laugh with a man wearing murderer gloves. He's like, they're not going to catch me. It's hilarious to him.
Oh man, amazing. So let's see if there's any way to come back into this one. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. It's Counter-Strike. It's not done till it's done. But it's not looking good either for Copenhagen Flames in any respect. Losing Farlig once again in the opening duel. And Otto will have that one all day. He's 15 for 7 right now, enjoying a lot of success. Not quite as much success as Ships. He's 23 for 10. And it's going to be all down to this A play. And the positioning for c0ntact is not super committed here. They have Rallen, who is playing around Shadow and the top of the balcony. They're outside of Palace. His teammates are not close to him. HooXi's waiting in the smoke. As it dissipates, HooXi will have the advantage, and he's certainly looking straight at his opponent. But Rallen, he had a very strong sense of it. He will take down HooXi.
There's that super popular flashbang into the A-bomb site. Everyone's using it at the moment. Esperanto spots a few, but not fighting to the death. He'll fight on his terms. He's got Rallen for help, but Rallen falls now. The trades continue. There's a minute on the clock here for them to work out, but it won't work out. Ships, of course, to finish them off. 25 for 10. A solid 2-0 for c0ntact. They finished the first game strong, and they dominated in the second.
Yep, no need to go to Train, which would have been the third map, as c0ntact certainly showed that here, at least today, that they are the better team. And I think that c0ntact are going to be one of those teams that I think there'll be a lot of surprises in store for us, James. I think they've got a bit of everything. There's a lot of skill on the team and experience, and it's a really interesting international lineup, in many respects. I mean, for me, seeing Rallen again in a team like this was very surprising.
Yeah.
As someone who's kind of very frequently populating Polish teams.
Yeah, King of the Internet is back recently on Aristocracy and Illuminar. Rallen making his way here to stand in for c0ntact and definitely delivered the goods. He got some important clutch rounds as well, so that was just, I mean, that's going to be a great game all round for c0ntact. I don't think there was too much resistance from the CPH Flame side on Mirage. Again, it's so unfortunate for them, because if they came into the series thinking, okay guys, we need to win it in 3, Mirage is not the look for us. They came so close on Nuke, but then in overtime they just got smashed, and that was basically the narrative in the second game as well.
Well, hopefully in some small sense, a silver lining, a grim one at that, but in not getting to Train, at least if that is a good map for them, there's less data for other teams to tackle them on when they finally do find themselves there.
Indeed. Let's have a look at the bracket now and see how things are shaping up. We've got Mad Lions, Harvey earlier on. Harvey went forward. They'll be playing c0ntact in the next stage of the bracket. c0ntact having just beaten CPH Flames 2-0. They'll be going down to face Mad Lions, excuse me, in the lower bracket of the in-game feeders. This is how things are shaping up for the moment. We've got half-naked people on the stage, Dan. Let's have a look at what's happening tomorrow. The schedule will be Gen G versus Envy, their debut matches here in Flashpoint 1, and then things get crazy as we head towards Chaos versus MIBR, Dan. Looking forward to these games.
Yeah, I'm hyped for Gen G, man. I think they're going to win the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, I look forward to day 2 as well. There's plenty more CS action to come. If you're not following the channel, make sure you are doing so. Our action has come to a close for today, but we're back bright and early tomorrow for more carnage. We will see you tomorrow.